Hi, I'm Jackie Partridge from Jackie Partridge Art. Today I'm going to be showing you 3 different ways to paint backgrounds for your acrylic paintings. So this is a great video if you're a beginner just starting out, or if you're a kid looking to improve your painting skills, you can try this tutorial too. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, Jackie Partridge Art. For all the backgrounds, I'm going to be using a flat 1-inch brush. I like using a flat 1-inch brush because it covers a lot of area and surface in my painting. I'm just painting on watercolor paper to show you. You can use this technique on canvases or canvas boards, as well as watercolor paper or paper that's made for acrylic painting, like a thick mixed media paper. So with this first technique, I'm going to be doing what's called a variant. So with a variant, you're going to start with a darker color, usually at the top, and then it's going to get lighter and lighter and lighter towards the bottom. So there's a few ways of doing this. If you're painting a sky, you would start with your dark blue, like a cobalt or an ultramarine blue. Then you would add a little bit more white to it. Then you would add a little bit more white to it and keep blending it until you have a nice light blue at the bottom. So if we were doing a sky, we would just paint horizontally across, and we're going to keep our brush stroke going in the same direction from the left side to the right side, and just keep going like that all the way down. So that would be one option of a variant. You could also do a variant diagonally. So I could start with dark over here. Maybe I'm doing a dark red, and then I could add a little bit more white so that it's a nice medium red in the middle, and a little bit more white, and it would be a lighter red, like a pink, towards the bottom diagonally over here. And another way you can do a variant, which is the way that I'm going to show you, is by creating an arch. So I'm going to be painting in this direction like a big rainbow and swooping my brush like that. And again, I'm starting with a dark color at the top, then I'm mixing in a little bit more white so that the paint gets lighter, and then I'm mixing in more white and more white and more white towards the bottom. So those are the 3 different options of variants. So for this variant, we're going to do some blue. So I already have a little bit of white on my brush, which is okay. So I'm just gonna paint my arch. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more white to it and just kind of layer it over top, blending it. So this is a nice middle tone. Paint over it to blend it. And then I'm going to add some more white for an even lighter blue. So there's my background number 1, a nice variant. So I have a dark blue at the top, then a middle blue, and then a lighter blue at the bottom. And I'm keeping the arch pattern while painting it, keeping it consistent. Again, you could try this variant going horizontal, keeping your brush strokes the same. You could try it diagonal. You could try it diagonal the other direction. You could try it up and down, from side to side. Just keep your brush strokes in the same direction and move from a darker color to a lighter color. So this background is great. We can let it dry. We can add a second coat. I like adding second coats to a background so that everything on the canvas or paper is fully covered, and then I could add a painting on top. So for the next background, we're going to do a textured background. And so I'm using my 1-inch flat brush again, and this time I'm going to use some red. And I'm just going to do little strokes all over the place. And then I can mix in some other colors too to create a nice abstract textured background. For this background, you will want to do 2 coats so that you're covering everything on the surface. You could also try doing the variant like we did with the first background, doing this kind of texture. So this is great if you want to create a nice abstract background. You can check out my other painting tutorial about 9 different brush strokes, and those would be good brush strokes to try in your background too. So for example, you could try just dabbing the paint. You could try doing little drips and dripping the paint. You could try cross hatching, where you're kind of making like a hashtag. So you're doing a couple strokes like this horizontally and then a couple strokes over top vertically. So you can check out that video to help you with your backgrounds as well, and I will link that in the description of this video below. So that is our textured background. And again, you can use whatever colors you want. If you want to add a variant and go from dark to light or light to dark, you can do that as well. The last background that I'm going to show you how to do is a wash. So you're just going to get your brush nice and clean and kind of load it up with some water. And then you're going to take your paint. It can be whatever paint you want. You can try doing a wash with a variant as well. So I could start with a darker color and work towards a lighter color. For this background, I'm just going to do one color. So I have this nice light blue. I've added water and I'm just washing it on the paper like so. It's picking up some of the yellow that's on my tablecloth from the previous background I did, but that's okay. I like it. So I can add some more blue. So this works really well if you're painting on paper or if you're painting on raw canvas. It's going to be a little bit more difficult if you're painting on a store-bought canvas or canvas board because that surface is gessoed, but you can give it a try and you can always add some areas of thicker paint. So I could even take some straight blue paint and I could add some sections that are thicker like that if I want. And then I can let this dry and paint over top of it later. You can also add a second coat and you can add some other colors. So you can choose to do different colors in your background. So go ahead, experiment with your backgrounds, try different brush strokes, try different colors, try adding a variant, try painting in different directions, and just explore and have fun with different styles of backgrounds to add to your acrylic painting. Happy painting, and be sure to like this video and subscribe, and feel free to comment below and let me know what tutorial or tips video you would like to see next. Happy painting!